Hey everybody, welcome back. We are live again. Paul's going to grab a little bit of breakfast, change the shirt.
Break fast.
Break fast. We'll put it on the fan cam right now though. Fan cam is live.
Denver. Good morning.
Look at all the Christmas elves.
Pain is being killed.
All right, I got an idea here.
Oh,
We got the back room.
who called? I missed it. Who called with the little one? Who was the last caller in?
Nikki.
Yes?
Brian Flick.
Bob Flick.
Bob Flick, yeah. He called in.
Oh, is that who that was? With the hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? With the Legos?
Yeah, with his son.
Yeah, I didn't know that was Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have said good morning. I played tennis with him on Tuesday.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Great people. They live on Manor Tree. He and his wife Heather. They
Fantastic.
have 2 kids, Tommy and Robbie at St. Antoninus.
All right, I'm gonna try something.
That's so wild.
Folks, we're still here. We're not going anywhere. You're not getting rid of us that easy. You.
Denver, it looks like you're the only one.
Say again.
Can I borrow you for a moment?
Yeah.
So maybe I can show the codes on the fan cam. That's the one he has on right now, right?
What am I doing? What do you show me need?
You wrote Ryan, and on the chart it says Nate.
Oh, it should have been Nate.
You make it should be both?
Yeah, I messed up. I was thinking. Yeah, Ryan works there. I said Ryan, I meant Nate. Sorry, Nate. A lot of hours in.
You can write the exact same thing.
I will fix. Folks, bear with me.
Greg, this is a good spot.
Is our stuff still working?
What do you mean?
Is everything still up?
It is. We've got it on fan cam right now though.
Got it.
Looks like sleeping dog cam.
to see something here. I don't think that'll.
Take this out.
All right, I got something. Hold on, we're going to see something. Alan, we on hour 15 now?
We are.
You've already flipped it?
I have.
That way.
Oh, wait. Huh.
All right. I don't know if anybody's out there, but it's about time to quarantine yourself. So, step one, enter the block. All right. Hey, folks. Is it this camera or mic? Yeah. So, all right. I got a little treat. We're going to do a little housekeeping, but to keep you hopefully engaged and entertained, I found a little something that I know it's good because I don't ever want to see it again. But it is the original quarantini video that we did. This is episode 1. So if you've never seen it, it's horrific. But let's put it out there. So anyway, here you go. Hold it that way.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we didn't even know how to use Facebook Live. I think I spent 8 minutes staring at a camera. All right. I don't know if anybody's out there, but it's about time to quarantine yourself. So, step one, enter the bomb shelter.
Step one.
Enter this way, my friend. Now, after you've entered into your bomb shelter, which I assume everybody has, the next thing you need to do is probably make yourself a drink. We've been stocking up for quite a while. We're very comfortable that we are prepared for the emergency. So, the first drink that you're going to need to learn when you're going to be quarantined is a quarantini. So, let's make a proper quarantini. First, ice. I like to go with a vodka when I do a quarantini. Tiny Cat vodka of preference. Out of North Carolina?
Yes.
I believe so. So, normally I would suggest at least a good, strong, but we're quarantined, so you're going to want at least, well, okay, probably just a splash more. Now, that's your base. Now, one of the problems with being quarantined is vitamin C. So you're going to want to add just a little bit of sugar to this. So you need some vitamin C. We're going to go with a little bit of honey in this one. Now, that's going to really help on the long run. You won't know it until you're done. It makes it smooth. So that's our starting point. Any martini, the trick is shaken, not stirred. Don't be afraid to shake this. This is the long run, folks. You're here for a while. So let's make sure that we have a good shaken martini. Nobody wants to be disappointed in this, all right? Shaken. Now, step, I don't know what step we're on, 3? Here we go. Proper martini glass. Now, any martini glass, typically you need something on the rim. So we're going to go with a little lime, or lemon rather. Now, you're going to take this, you're going to want to make sure that your rim is properly covered. But here's the real trick for the quarantini. Now, I know a lot of things on the internet. This is not a save-all. If you have a flu, this is not meant to make sure that you're safe and it's protect you and all that. Look, we're not trying to save people here. We're trying to have a nice drink. So the idea is, before it gets too late, before you have symptoms, because this will not prevent or help you once you have symptoms. If you have symptoms, for God's sakes, go to the doctor, get tested. Unless you're in West Virginia. In that case, nobody has the symptoms. Once you have some nice lemon on your glass, we're going to roll that in a little bit of 100% vitamin C. Nice. Beautiful. Now, final shake. A little pour. And my folks, now you have your official quarantini. Enjoy, stay safe. No COVID-19 in this house. Get in your safe rooms quick. Good night.
And we're back. Everybody's taking a quick little breakfast break, and we'll be coming in.
5100.
Leave it out there. You leave it out there.
Yep.
Oh, all right, people, we're still here. Just letting everybody, I don't know, I guess, eat.
Well, Chef Fox has created some great stuff for us, so we've got to eat it all.
Oh, man.
Look at all those packages ready to go there in the fan cam on that right side.
Yeah.
All of those. All representing a very nice donation, so thank you.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. Can't believe where we are already. And we still have 9, 8, 10, 11, 6.
I think a lot more because people are going to be awake
Yeah, I do too.
and it's going to be like
agree.
more fruitful.
We are underway.
Alan, what's our total currently?
So currently, right now, from the call-in phone, the 513-407-8114, we have $4,160 just from that phone.
Awesome, and that doesn't include the donations that have been made online without the phone.
That is correct. It also does not include donations for the drinks,
Right, the sponsors.
Oh,
the business sponsors.
okay.
It also does not include if you went above and beyond, which I think some of the sponsors have done.
Sorry, everybody. I forgot about which camera was on. So, behind the scenes, at least I just changed my shirt. Facebook doesn't ban that. I can get away with anything. That's what I say. Oh my gosh.
All right, Paul.
Oh, let's bring her back. So we're kind of one cocktail behind right now.
We are.
Like by exactly 30 minutes.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, that is correct.
I don't mind that.
We'll catch up.
We will absolutely get there. I'm gonna get this back up for so we can.
Great shirt.
Yep, there we are.
I come bearing 2 options.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that and that.
Look at that.
This. Woo! That's hot. Hot coffee. Yes, we moved on to coffee. No, nothing fancy. I'd like to tell you that it's filled with, all sorts of stuff like Baileys and, I don't know, whiskey. But I already had an Irish whiskey. I don't need another one. At least not yet. I mean, I probably will at some point, right?
Very true.
But not yet. Not yet. But here we are. We are in hour 15. Is that right?
That is
That's what
correct.
the sign up here is telling me. And it is time for our next cocktail. Now, we are not exactly ready for that yet. Oh, yes, we are. I see star of the show. And I see a glass. And I also see gin. So, here we go. So, this cocktail is going out to... oh, yeah, we can put a thing up.
Oh.
Yeah, 29. We are... So, yeah. So this is a very dear friend of mine, Christine Hunsaker, and her world of death care, which is it's hard to even keep up with her. She is a woman who has just continued to grow her legacy and grow her empire, and she's. I'm always humbled to be in her circle. There's certain people that call me and ask me things and questions, and I will always say that every time she calls me and asks me, I'm always kind of like, but I should be asking you instead. So she's probably one of, if not the top female leaders in death care. I mean, she's been in some of the top positions across death care, has built a huge funeral home, pet funeral home, cemetery, all recently. And she's somebody that if she's with you, you're golden. And I know she has taken care of me, and honored to call her a friend. And so She's another one though. She is she's a pet person for sure. Matter of fact, I know we get yelled at quite often for not
Love us some Christine.
bringing Denver down.
That's a very true
I
statement.
know. We do get in trouble for this,
Love you,
and
Christine.
we will get better. So I had to think of a cocktail, and I wanted to go pet related. So despite the fact that I do have a cat shirt on, she's a dog person. I don't know. No cats. She's had cats. But definitely a dog person, pet person. And quite honestly, there are not side note, because I've tried to look for Max, because he's Max's son. He's a cat person, and not a lot of cat cocktails out there. A lot of dog cocktails. So what we're gonna go with for this one is the salty dog. The salty dog is a great classic cocktail. And actually, it's got a little bit older history. So you got to go back, actually, before the salty dog. And a lot of people think that this might have a little bit of bite, just purely because of the name, salty dog. That sounds, but it's actually a better than original drink. So the original drink was actually 1930. It was the Greyhound. And the Greyhound was Harry Craddock, who wrote the Savoy Cocktail book, and this is kind of the epitome cocktail book. I mean, this is it's based on his experience and time working at the Savoy Hotel, and it identifies hundreds of cocktails, and basically it's the go-to recipe guide for a lot of classic cocktails such as the Greyhound, and basically. That recipe was grapefruit juice and gin. And now, through history, as it later on, people altered it, and a lot of people actually started to make the Greyhound with vodka, and it became a vodka and grapefruit juice cocktail. But the original, which is typically what I like to always try to follow and mimic, was grapefruit and gin. So in 1950, George Jessic, he actually, many people agree, improved upon the Greyhound and created the salty dog. Here's the thing. It isn't a lot of change. What he did was basically salt the rim. Speaking of that, shelves,
Yeah.
I need salt, the coarse salt. And hey, Blue Monkey Quarantine, we're still taking orders. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I just saw your thing on TV.
Okay,
And now I'm looking at it on YouTube.
that's fantastic. Oh, you saw it like on the news, like WLW?
Yes. Uh-huh.
That's fantastic. Wow, so you've never seen a show before until then?
Right.
That's fantastic. So, what do you think so far? And I obviously this could be a, I normally never ask a question I don't know the answer to. So you can hit us, but are we hanging in there so far?
I think so.
Okay.
I love your setup there. I tell you, that's as far as I can right there.
We try. When you get locked in from a quarantine for a year, you kind of get creative and start doing stuff to your house. You got to have a bomb shelter, I guess, or of some sort.
Hey, I was really impressed that you brought your kids into this concept, and it just grew and grew and grew. How many years ago was that?
So it's been about 12 years since the first run when we started this, which was 4 coats, and that was about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And we've been blessed to have enough friends and community and support that we've been able, not only to be able to do it every year, but to grow it as well. So it's been nice.
It is. And what you're doing is wonderful, wonderful work. One last question. I see the Canadian flags over there to your right, my left.
Yes.
Are you Canadian?
No, we early on we actually had a group of people that watched the show, and they were from Canada. So we did a Canadian cocktail for them, and that was what I put in the drink, and that was about almost a year and a half ago, and I kind of forgot that they were even there. But yeah, that was a throw out to some folks who watched the show and yelled at me because they said, "You've never made a Canadian drink." And I said, "Well, I didn't know that there really were a lot of Canadian drinks out there." And lo and behold, we did one earlier today. We did the Caesar, which is a Canadian, basically version of a Bloody Mary.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I might have to try something like that sometime. You know, my wife fancies herself as a cocktail chef, I think.
I love that.
She hosts a little get together with some of her gal pals. What's it? Connie's Cocktail Club, and every time they get together and experiment and try new things, and me, I'm not very adventurous. I like a glass of bourbon. I like a beer, but that's as far as I go. But what I would like to do is I would like to donate to your fund, your coat drive there. And I'm not a person of means, but a little means, perhaps. I'd like to send you some money. How do I do that?
So you can go. We have a website. The easiest way. It's www.coatdrive.org. And that's our nonprofit charity arm of it. And you can click on a link. It said, "I want to donate to the Telethon." And you can put a credit card in. And if you want to mail a check, that's easier. There's an address. You can do that as well. Whatever is easier. And that is amazing. And thank you for not ever seeing what we done and who we are. Just to see that and to do a donation is fantastic.
You're doing good work, and thank you.
I think it goes the other way, but thank you for helping us, and look forward to seeing I don't know if you want to share what you think you might donate. We're kind of keeping a little running tally here. And we may even throw a little more into it.
Okay, $100.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome! So $100 basically that allows us to buy 5 brand new coats for kids. So that's awesome. That's huge. And
How do you decide on the size?
so what we do is. What we used to do is just go out and buy a bunch of coats, but we've been working more and more. So we kind of over the years know what is the most popular coat sizes that are needed. And last year, because of COVID, we actually created a system. So St. Vincent de Paul, some schools and some other groups, they could actually go online. They could fill an order form and they could say, look, we have 284 kids. And we've got, 100 are boys, the other girls, and here are the sizes. And we actually fulfilled orders, and we packaged it and delivered them to the school so they could hand them out since we couldn't be there because of COVID. So we've kind of got it down to a system where between us knowing what they're probably going to need and then them telling us, here's exactly what we need, we know exactly what to give them.
Great.
Well, thank you. You've humbled me and inspired me as well. So thanks. Have a great Sunday.
What about that, huh?
Wow.
That's amazing.
Very nice.
That is just sheer goodness. So I mean, shout out to WLW for putting something on the news, and then somebody just to see it and to go and look and see beyond the craziness of what we're doing and see the good in it. Yeah, cheers. I'll stay awake for that every day of the year. Not in a row though. Not no. So, not to get ahead of ourselves, but we have two things coming up. One, on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, please, Craig, come visit. We'll be at Westside Brewing, and we'll have a little kind of a, I think what that's going to become is that's kind of almost a celebration of the donations of everything we've done. It's just a time to relax. We'll have some photos at that point of all the coats we've been able to put together. So come join us. And we'll have LeMaster's. We'll have information on the coatdrive.org website. So we have that. And man, I could have swore I was about to say two things, and I thankfully I don't have to remember because we got another call coming in. This is the Blue Monkey Quarantina. We are still open for business. Oh, hello?
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 Max.
Hey, what's going on there? We got Mr. Maxwell on the phone, Chubbs.
What?
How are you, sir?
I'll let check your emails.
Uh-oh. Should I have you on speakerphone or not?
I don't care. I never found a ride.
Oh, no.
Check your email.
So here's what I love about kids. I like kids that try to scare you and make your heart drop. And you've well played that, sir. You've got yourself a day off, don't you? Well, what did I miss? Is there anything else? That's the huh?
Hour, but at least I won't have to go to Indianapolis.
Yeah. So, Mr. Max, by the way, you're live in front of at least 4 people right now on. Huh?
I'm one of those people.
You're one of them. Yeah. So, but he is. It's funny these outdoor soccer tournaments that the timing of them. So, what was it? Beautiful last week. What is not beautiful is this week. So, game Friday, and I'm gonna say if it was 40 degrees, that would be pushing it. Wind blowing. I mean, it was cold. Yesterday, the game was colder. Correct. Wind was stronger. And then today, had a game, and these are all 2 hours away, by the way. So 2 hours there, play in the cold, freeze, 2 hours back. And of course, Shell, did you hear what he did to me?
Yes, I did.
He's funny, isn't he?
I love his humor.
But his games, of course, we're trying to figure out because who can't drive to Indianapolis today is this guy. And so we were working on it. But wow, because of snow, all the games were canceled.
Snow is on the way here.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's coming here, big guy.
I would have been screwed too because I asked my friend Noah. He said no, he can't take me. And I asked Will. He's like, I don't think I can. Like, oh shoot.
It always works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this isn't good. Text Will at like 1:30 in the morning.
Well, now you get to
Last minute, I can't do anything about this.
So, well, I'll tell you what. If you get a chance, you're going to drive over. We have an indoor game. This is what we do in the house. We right.
Yeah, I was gonna go regardless, but now I'm really gonna go.
All right. How about when you're done? Why don't you swing by and visit?
I can try and do that.
All right. Why don't we do that? Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you donating, by the way, to the coat drive?
Yeah, sure. Take $20 from my room.
So, Shelby heard him, $20 out of Max's room. Yay! All right, we're going to take you up on it. And then hopefully we'll see you later. But full credit, and I will say this, not only does Max, but his friends, they will give us not just like a little bit of help, but it is a whole day. It is this year 8 pallets of coats. You're talking over 1,600 coats, all boxed up, all wrapped. I have to open everyone, sort everyone, bag them, log them in. It's work.
They work hard for sure.
They work hard. And what I love is they don't come and complain. They come and enjoy it, and we have fun. So, cheers to that. So thank you to you and all the guys. All right, sir. Let me know how it goes today, and we'll see you a little later on the show, right?
Sounds good.
All right. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay for Max.
Yay for Max. There you go. Parenting 101, talking to your kids after no sleep. And how about Max trying to pull a fast one on me, Shelb?
Of course he is.
Man, that was good. Yeah, he's crafty. So anyway, we're back. Let's jump into this. So anyway, we're back, and we're getting ready to make this Greyhound cocktail. And so not a hard cocktail to make, but we got to do a couple things. One. Kosher salt. You want a nice coarse kosher salt for this. You're going to come in, and here's what we can do. We're going to be juicing a grapefruit, and it's big, so we've got to cut that up. But what we'll do before we juice it, we're going to take a little bit of that and use it on the rim. Again, we've talked about this. Much easier to do this before you actually...
Nice.
I mean, does that not look great? I mean, it already looks like I'm ready to drink that. And then, Shelbs?
Yeah.
Can I have a juicer?
Sure. Yep. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We're falling down on the job. Just keep making the cocktails, Paul.
That's all I'm doing. Drinking and making cocktails. You know what?
Requesting juicer.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Talking to my kids, parenting. Yeah, we got it all. Right. Can you admire the beauty of that salted rim?
Beautiful salted rim.
Thank you. That's all we got right now. All right. So now this is another make in the glass kind of drink that we got going on here. Will that fit? Oh, that'll at least. All right. So we're coming in. We're gonna go. Two ounces gin, 5 stories, Northern Row. Shout out. Did I say 5 ounces? 5 stories. I said 5 stories.
You said 5 stories. Northern Row.
2 ounces.
5 stories.
It's Northern Row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that. Boom. And they're up. And then we're going to come in with, it's 2 to 1, so we still got a little more to go. About 1 grapefruit. If anything, you got to say this. We're juiced up.
We are juiced.
You know what I
You're
mean?
juiced up.
So we're going to throw that in there, and we're going to just
Ooh.
look at that. And then
Pretty.
we need some sort of deliciousness on it. I think this will work nicely.
Very nice.
What do you think?
That's
There?
good.
And I will tell you, this is a great, it's a simple drink, but it's complex. It's just got so much going on, and it's smooth, delicious. Hold on. Oh, that fresh grapefruit juice. I mean, it just crushes it. A little bit of salt takes out the bitterness of a grapefruit. It's just fantastic. Mmm. Oh, yeah. Right there. Look at this. Hold on. Boom. Cocktail 29. Here we go. Handing that one off. Apparently I've not allowed to drink anymore. Oh, book. Coming in. I'll spin the wheel if nobody drinks it. All right. Alan, you ready?
Yes.
Oh, you're good. Christine. Enjoy. This book. But even more, enjoy the cocktails inside. Cheers. All right. So there it is.
Thank you, Christine.
Yeah, and if you weren't paying attention earlier, we had a bit of a duel, if you will.
Yes, we did.
We had a throwdown challenge for donations. Basically, the pet gurus of death care thrown down against one another. I mean,
Yes, and
so
she was part of that.
yeah. So Colleen was like, "Hey, I'll see you. I'm throwing down another 500, and I challenge you." And before she could finish the sentence, Christine was already typing it in, accepted. To be fair, she actually called knowing it was going to happen and accepted before it happened. I mean, it's craziness.
Beautiful.
Colleen.rocks and Christine.
I know. Christine, we're going to have to get you that site as well. But anyway, love you very much. Appreciate everything, and glad to be in your world. So, we're on number 30. Man, we are. Oh, hold on. Make sure the camera. Good Lord, we're gonna get banned on Facebook if they see me take another shirt off. Good Lord. Love it.
This is not a...
All right, so here we go, folks. This is. It's time. We're heading back to Kentucky.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. And we're you know what? I'd like to tell you, I have some great reasoning for wearing this for this next cocktail. It's green.
We got it in Kentucky.
We got it in Kentucky, and there's a good chance that on this day I may have had this next cocktail.
Oh.
I don't know. Who can remember on St. Patty's Day? But this cocktail tonight, this is again. So Sid actually called in earlier. Here's another one. Called in last night. Oh my God, it was last night, people. Was it last night?
It was last night. And
Threw down another donation on top of the association. Yeah, and so here we are. We're gonna do this cocktail now. The association that I speak of is the Kentucky Funeral Directors Association. So I do a lot of work because we talked about this death care thing. And one of the groups I'm honored and I get to do a lot with is the Kentucky Funeral Directors Association. I will tell you one time, this is about 3-4 years ago. So what's fun about Kentucky is they have, it's a law. And this association, by law, has to provide continuing educational opportunities for all of the funeral directors in the state. But not only do they have to do that, they have to do it per certain geographic regions. So in other words, they can't just say, hey, we're going to have one in Frankfurt and you just all drive in. No, they have to actually put them in places where it's close enough that they have easy access. So once a year, basically what they do, what I call it, is the tour of Kentucky. This is the Kentucky tour. And every once in a while, they'll ask and allow me to do the program. And it'll be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. Of course, at this point, said if you want 24 hours, I got this. We can do it. We can do a 24-hour program. But what we do is we go somewhere, we do a 4 or 5 whatever hour program, and then from there we go to the next place, spend the night, get up in the morning, do it again, head to the next one, spend the night, get up in the morning, do it, move again, and we go all over the state, and it'll be 5 days in a row.
Wow.
And then sometimes, depending, it'll be the set next week. Anyway, it's a blast. It's a fun. They're normally tied to state parks, and although I did learn quickly that there are still dry counties in Kentucky. Because the first time I did this, we pull up to this park, and I'm like, hey, you want to get something to drink? And they're like, you didn't bring a cooler? I'm like, why would I bring a cooler? As they're pouring themselves a drink, they're like, because it's a dry county. You're not drinking anything. And note to self, when I go to Kentucky, I bring a cooler. So they've taught me well. But anyway, of course, they asked and for the association. They made a great donation to help out our coat drive. Again, amazing since, we do give back a little to Kentucky, so we try to help. And but they asked for Kentucky drink. Already did the mule, so that's out. But what we do have left is a very special drink, and that is a drink of royalty. Matter of fact, oh yeah,
Royal drink.
So much royalty that I actually have my own cups, especially for this drink. So that, my friends, is a silver pewter mint julep cup.
I'm not sure the camera can see that.
I'll try to bring it in. By the way, that shows up, right?
Yeah, it does. Raise it up just look at that.
So that is not what I'm making your drink in. I love you very much, Sid and everyone there, but yeah, those were a nice little gift that I'm gonna have to hold on to. But typically, it is served in that type of a cup. That's the ultimate. So these were drinks, and they really were drinks of royalty for 2 reasons. One, what I just showed you, they were typically served in silver or crystal julep glasses, cups, that were typically gifts. That's kind of how you would get those in your family. You would be gifted one of these wonderful cups, and then, like I was, and then you're allowed to drink a mint julep. Otherwise, you're not even allowed to have one. No, you can still have one. But the other reason that they were so much considered royalty is because of the ice. So the mint julep is meant to be served over crushed ice. We're going to do our best. But a lot of people back in the 18th century, drink in the South. This was not for commoners. You had to have some money to be able to have ice. Now, what's ironic about this is before it became this drink of royalty, a julep in of itself was actually, you guessed it, medicinal. Juleps were basically any kind of a brandy a lot of times with some sort of like a mint muddled, and that you would use it for like a stomach ache.
I still use it for that.
Yeah, I do too. That's what I tell myself. So, where did it come from? Well, here's what's funny. We all know today what it's associated with. This is the Kentucky Derby drink, right? This is the absolute epitome. If you go to any cocktail party, if you go to the Derby, anything like that, you're gonna have a mint julep. That's what it is. Matter of fact, this started back in 1875. Is when they started serving mint juleps at the Kentucky Derby. And what was funny, in 1938, the problem was people were stealing the glasses all the time. So even back then, there is nothing like a great cocktail glass from where you're drinking that ends up in your purse or pocket. Jeff, I'm talking to you. And we'll see him later. So what they did in 1938, they started making commemorative glasses with the idea that when you bought it, it was meant to keep and you could take that home. We actually, Shelb, I never thought about this. We actually have one of the commemorative mint julep glasses from the Derby a few years ago. I've lost her. She's not. No, you're fine. You're good. You're good. You're fine. So.
Sid just wrote in, thanks, Paul. We really do appreciate all you do for the Funeral Directors Association of Kentucky. You're our great friend. That's nice.
Thanks, Sid. Appreciate it. Now, truth be known, they're down one attorney in the area, so they're kind of stuck with me, and I'm fine with that.
So their options are limited.
Their options have become limited. So,
oh, you're the best.
You're the best, parentheses, by default. But I'm fine with that. I really am. I don't need to.
Ask me again next week.
I love it. So thanks, Sid. I do appreciate it. So, but here's a big question. Because this was a drink of the South, how did it get tied to Kentucky? Like, where did that come from? And I'm going to tell you, and so you don't have to stress over it. It came in 1850, and it was through Senator Henry Clay of Kentucky. You see, he took that drink to D.C. at the Willard Hotel Bar, which is a very popular bar among congressional folk that come in. And he got the bar to start making it. And when that happened, it was a huge hit. Everybody loved it, including one Teddy Roosevelt, who fell in love with it and became his favorite cocktail. And the rest is, as they say, history. I guess now all we got to do is make the drink, right?
Make the drink.
Probably I gotta
pulling off the rack.
Yeah, we're going in for the good bourbon right here.
And good Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, you got to go Kentucky bourbon if you're going to do this one. It's only fair. So what we're going to do, again, typically you would kind of do this inside of another glass. So we're going to do, kind of crazy how many sugar cubes we've done, right?
Yeah.
Some people use a simple syrup, and that's fine. Obviously, you don't have to worry as much about the muddling and such. But we're going to go here. We're going to go just a splash of water. And then we need some mint. What don't we have?
The way you're looking, I thought that I had forgotten the muddler, but you haven't.
I haven't. So we're going to throw some mint in there. And then we're going to just give it a little
muddling.
Yeah. You don't want to go crazy on this. Then we're going to go bourbon.
Newport, Kentucky.
Newport, Kentucky. I mean, you can't get more Kentucky bourbon than that. Actually, we'll go a little bit of ice. Probably, hindsight, could have done this one in. Put that in there. Perfect world, you can go a little more crushed ice than what we've done. The other nice thing with the mint julep cup, it is a little bit smaller of a cup. So that's going to give you a little more room to do this. And then we're going to come in with a heavy 2 ounces of bourbon. That means you got to...
So what's the difference in a heavy 2 ounces and just a 2 ounce?
It's supposed to be 2.5.
Okay.
So that's, you know. Again, I'm going to tell you, this is not a shake. This is a stir. Now, I will say the nice thing about if you do go with that stainless sterling silver, it's going to hold it cold a little bit longer, which is kind of fantastic. And then we're going to garnish it with mint. And then mint, before you ever use it, I'm going to give it a little smack.
Gotta wake it up.
Gotta wake it up. And there it is.
Emergency.
It is total, yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. And I will tell you that mint julep cold is what we want. So a little bit of ice and a little bit of emergency. Running the Derby. So I don't know if you heard about the big scandal, but it was a couple races ago. One of the horses was drugged, they believe, ahead of time. Remember hearing that news?
I do.
It was emergency. They had that poor horse. They had shot up with emergency, and it won.
It won the race.
There you go. So emergency, winning the Derby, one race at a time. Oh, I
can smell the mint from here.
Yeah. Cheers on that. I have historically, boom, there it is. Was never the biggest mint julep fan, but the one thing that I got out of the quarantine was a love of bourbon and rye, scotch, and Irish whiskey, a lot of whiskey, and it's been fantastic. So we've enjoyed it, continue to enjoy it, but a good mint julep goes a long way. So yeah. Now, I will say this, as much as this is a great drink, and I love the mint julep, don't forget that there is also the Friday before the Derby is the Kentucky Oats. And they actually have their own cocktail called the Oats Lily, which is another great cocktail, which I believe we've not done. Vodka, cranberry, triple second lime, pinky colored. Hey, FDA. Right. And
Yes, you do. You do need to push through it. You know why?
I'll bring
You need to figure out
the cooler so we can drink that cocktail
So you need to pull yourself up by your feet
in any county.
and you need to drink more water.
Cheers.
Or some pickle juice and get back there and do your job because
There we go.
All right.
Boom.
Woo!
Number 30. How we doing?
15 minutes behind you.
Oh, we're fantastic. We're rocking and rolling. We're, you know, it's, what is it? Rocking around the Christmas tree? We're rocking around the liquor tree.
Here comes a good one.
Yeah, we'll catch up here because there's not a whole lot of nothing on this one, but we're gonna make it work.
I need to shut down and restart.
Yeah, let's do it. So, folks, hang in. We're not going anywhere other than out here to change a shirt. Hopefully not on the other camera.
We'll be right back. Catch us when we start back up.